Hey guys, Creator Mom. I just wanted to do a movie review, talk about the movie Echo Valley. Um, Honestly, I think this movie made me feel kind of depressed after watching it. I kind of felt sad. It was, I would say this movie really brought forth a moral conflict, and it was very painful. So anyways, if you haven't watched it and you want to watch it, don't watch my video because I'm going to talk all about the movie. I'm going to say, everything that happened. So in this movie, it starts off with this lady. She owns this farm. It's an equestrian farm. And she's going through a rough time because she just lost her partner. And like 9 months previously, she lost her partner. And she has a daughter who is, I don't know how old, maybe in her early 20s. And she's addicted to some type of drugs. So she's put her in rehab before, but you know how it goes. She left rehab, whatever. So her daughter is struggling with the drug addiction cycle. And as the mom, she is kind of swept up in this cycle too. And I think that that's what's really painful to watch. The barn is falling apart on the farm, the roof. And the guy's like, it's going to cost $9,000, right? So she goes to her ex-husband, who's her daughter's father. And I guess they had purchased his farm together, and he helps her out from time to time, even though he's her ex-husband. And so he gives her the $9,000 for the barn roof. And at this point in the movie, you don't know the daughter is struggling with drug addiction. You just, the ex-husband and her have this conversation while he's giving her this check about the daughter real quick. And he's like, she's sick, and you don't really know what's going on yet. But then you find out shortly what's going on. And so the daughter re-enters her life and comes back, of course, and brings trouble. Because what happened was the daughter had an argument with her boyfriend, who's also struggling with drug addiction, and he did some dumb shit, like threw her phone in the ocean or the water, and she was getting him back, and she threw his duffel bag, which she thought was full of his stuff, and threw it into the water or some shit, and drugs were actually in there. So they were somebody else's drugs, and and then they were somebody else's drugs. It's like kind of down the line type of thing. Once you owe one person, that person owes another person, like the big honcho. So, anyways, at this point, the daughter doesn't know this yet, but then soon finds out that all of this, and starts asking the mom. I think things get serious, and the daughter's like, tells her mom, me and her boyfriend are gonna go, we're gonna go camp for a few days. And the mom's like, oh, I know what that means, like you guys are just gonna go use or whatever. Anyways, so but before she goes, she asks the mom, can I get some money? We need money for whatever, like food and shit. And the mom's like, no, like I'm not. The daughter literally just has a tantrum, like, I need money, Mom, I need money. And the mom locks herself in the room, and the daughter's beating on the door and shit. And then the daughter goes to her boyfriend, put the dog in the car. I'm going to take the dog and I'm going to drop it far away and he's going to starve to death. So the daughter trying to manipulate the mom to give her some money, And the mom's fed up. Obviously, the mom's like hardly has money. She needed to borrow from the ex-husband to fix the damn roof, So, and they've already she told her, like, I gave you all my money, you know what I'm saying? I gave you everything. It was just like a really sad fucking low moment for the mom. She's like crying because everything, I could relate just to the feeling of everything feeling out of control and you just like don't know what the fuck to do, you know? So, you know, it's so painful. You had this person that you love so much, your daughter, you know, you have this unconditional love and you tried to help her and, you know, things like that. And then you just see the drug addiction, you know, changing this person and making them to this like monster, you know? So the mom's crying in her room, doors being, anyways, the mom comes out because she doesn't want them to take the dog and do that with the dog. So she comes out right away, she grabs and she's holding on tight to the dog, you know, for her dear life. And the daughter gets on her back, on her mom's back, and she bites her on the shoulder, you know, and just, but then thankfully the boyfriend was like, we gotta go, you know, so they take off. So then things get really fucked up. The daughter comes back sometime later, like a week or something, I don't know, and she's crying. And the mom's like, what happened? You know, what happened, you know? And she claims that her and her boyfriend got into a fight and she pushed him and, you know, killed him by accident. And the mom was like, oh my God, like, did you call the police? And she's like, no. And the mom's like, where is he? And then to open the car door, I thought that it was funny because I thought this part was peculiar in the movie too. Open the door to the car and she's got the boyfriend wrapped up in plastic, all very nicely wrapped. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, she did all that by herself. Like, that looks, how did she do all that? And she got the body in the car? Like, that seems very unlikely for like a non-pro, you know what I'm saying, to just do that. I thought that she probably would have, I was thinking she left the body, you know, where they were arguing or whatever at their campsite. So anyways, the mom thinks that this is the boyfriend the whole time. Turns out they fucking scammed the mom. So anyways, okay, so the mom thinks this is the boyfriend. So she's like, this is the moral conflict, right? What would you do? I was thinking call the police anyways. But, you know, man, children be like, how could you do this? How could you turn me in? You know, and this and that. But it's just like, look, now I become an accomplice to your crime? Like, that's tough. That's what I call moral conflict, for sure. Turning your own kid in and things like that. But she was claiming it was like self-defense or whatever, you know. It wasn't like it was premeditated murder. Anyways, so then, I'm running out of time on my memory. I better hurry up. Basically, they scammed the mother, the bigger drug dealer. The mother ends up doing this for the daughter, getting rid of the body, and then paying off the drug dealer that they owed money to because she threw the stupid fucking duffel bag. So she gives this drug dealer guy 10 grand, the money that was supposed to go to the roof. And then she thinks everything's gonna be fine, like, my daughter's back. I think she's thinking because she absolved all of this for her daughter, that like her daughter hopefully will stay now and be, not that she wanted her to be grateful, but that the daughter would see how great the mother's love for her was and decide like, wow, I just want to stay here and like, thank God my mom saved me, you know, like something like that. But no, she took off. No, that's not how it worked out. She ends up finding out that it was all a scam, that the big drug dealer guy told them to create this plan to get the mom to give him that 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because basically she killed the boy. The story was that they were going to lie to the mother. She killed the boyfriend. And now the drug dealer guy is after her and told her that he's going to kill her. So, of course, the mom doesn't want the drug dealer guy to kill her daughter. So, and she doesn't want her daughter to go to jail. So she solves all the problems for the daughter. And then finds out she got set up by her own daughter and this drug dealer, man. So, I guess I'll end it there because I only have a few seconds left. But, yeah, really sad stuff.